It's 7:30 Sunday morning. A group of like-minded people have congregated in this small building to hear a sermon. Well, it's not exactly a sermon, more like a lecture, or maybe an inspirational talk. But there's more here than inspiration, too. There's good, solid information. What it is exactly is hard to define. But whatever it is, it has gotten these people out of bed early on a Sunday morning, some still bleary-eyed and clutching their coffee like a life preserver. What it is the Ultimate Transformation Challenge for the summer of 2011. Some of the people in this room are here for the first time. Some who sit here today will not be here when the program ends. Others have experienced this lecture series from start to finish several times. All of them are here to see one man, the creator and driving force of the UTC, Tom Phillips. I'm documentary filmmaker Mike Pulsanella, and I've produced many videos and DVDs in the fitness industry. So when I was invited by Tom Phillips and his wife and business partner Jody to observe and record the UTC, I thought that I was going to witness a standard weight loss and exercise class. I was very wrong. Much more than a simple weight loss program. The UTC is a 12-week, 5-step, life-altering, mind-expanding experience for those willing to commit completely to it. The program offers 5 seminars, a 500-page manual filled with knowledge, exercise, recipes, journals, and a lot of philosophy. There's a blog, 24 newsletters, a 2-hour kettlebell seminar, and unlimited access to Tom Phillips, the heart and mind of the UTC. Over the course of the next few minutes in this short documentary, you will discover, as I did, the importance of knowledge.
You can't make a mistake. It's how you like it, how you want it.
Smell that, man. That smells good, right?
You will see the strength of community.
It helped me that I was motivated to do this by people that I knew that had been involved in the UTC before. So I had a lot of people that I can kind of tap on the shoulder to support me as well.
Get a dose of philosophy.
What have we been ignoring? What questions have we not been asking? How have we been sabotaging our health? Because perhaps the answer is not in a bottle.
And witness the power of the Ultimate Transformation Challenge.
If people could believe in themselves and what they could do, they'd be amazed at what they could accomplish.
I was about 50 pounds overweight.
I've lost about 110 pounds in about less than a year.
The weight loss is almost a side effect. Every aspect of my life has changed.
It's the first day of a brand new UTC. The participants line up to get their pictures taken. For those who are here for the first time, it's not a pleasant prospect, but they know it will be necessary in order to gauge the results of the next 12 weeks of hard work. The atmosphere is cordial, and there is an excitement in the air as people take their seats. The manuals are handed out, and Thomas begins his first lecture.
What we're seeing in America is people are becoming obese, they're in chronic pain, and they're heavily medicated. All types of different medication. And we have to ask ourselves, how is that happening and why is that happening? And we're not going to answer all of that today, but we will answer it over the course of these 5 manuals. This whole thing is over 500 pages.
Thomas Phillips' confidence at speaking in front of a crowd is quickly evident. This comes not only from having run the Ultimate Transformation Challenge 8 times in the past few years, but also from his experience as a high school math and philosophy teacher. But there's more to it than that. Thomas speaks knowledgeably about food and exercise because of his personal experience. Thomas Phillips was not always the man you see now. Though he was athletic as a youth, as an adult with children and responsibilities, the demands of life all too often came before his health.
I had my son when I was 21, so I was a father at 21, going to school 18 credits a semester, working 40 hours a week, also waking up, feeding him, doing all that stuff. Had my daughter when I was 23, but I went on, I earned my master's degree, I earned my master's plus 30.
Finally, fed up with his deteriorating physique, he entered and won the EAS Body for Life Challenge in 2002. Inspired by his success, he decided to take the prize money and start his own gym. But Fit for Life would evolve into being much more than just a gym, he would soon find out. Joined by his wife Jody in this exciting new direction in life, they both began to enter bodybuilding and figure competitions, not for the trophies, but as a personal challenge to themselves. It was an exhilarating time, and it was during this time that the idea for the UTC began to grow.
I approached this whole thing, when I started to write the manuals and everything, as a philosophical endeavor, because I wanted everything to be reasonable. Everything that I said to a person, I wanted them to say, you know what, I think I've always known that, and that was the goal. I didn't want to be esoteric about anything. I didn't want anybody to, have to reach for a conclusion. I wanted to be very straightforward. I wanted to have the evidence right in front of me. I wanted people to encourage people to look the information up for themselves. But more than anything, I wanted people to sit there and be like, you know what, I've always known this to be the case, and it makes a lot of sense.
One of the first things you will notice about the Ultimate Transformation Challenge is the depth and breadth of the manual. It's filled with inspirational success stories, practical information tailored to both men and women, healthy, easy recipes, many pages of charts, and space for you to keep a journal so that you can review your own progress. The manuals are the result of over 15 years of Tom and Jody's trial and error to transform their own lives. It's a system for getting healthy, but it's also a manual for transforming the most important part of your body, the brain. It is only after we change our thoughts that we can transform our bodies. Thomas knows this, and so the purpose of the UTC has always been to give people the dietary and physiological information they need in order to make better choices with the things they eat and the way they choose to spend their time. But Thomas also knows that sometimes information just isn't enough. The UTC also provides a community of like-minded people.
I think the program is a group-oriented session where there is influence from other people to help, and I think that's really important. I feel that that's helped me in the sense that I feel more committed. I feel like I owe it to other people to show up at the sessions that we come to perform, to give it my all, because they're doing the same thing. So I like that team aspect.
Another of the ways you access this community, beyond the friendships made at the 5 lectures, is by logging on to the private UTC blog. It's here that new and old friends can share their frustrations and achievements with each other. As you post about your progress, other UTC members can comment and commiserate.
Their online blog is awesome. So you go on every day, you blog what you ate, or some people do it in the morning, this is my meal plan for the day. You do have a lot of people that are your peers doing this that can very easily, answer some questions for you, a lot of veterans that are supportive. It helped me that I was motivated to do this by people that I knew that had been involved in the UTC before. So I had a lot of people that I can kind of tap on the shoulder to support me as well.
Accompanying the blog are bi-weekly newsletters, which will keep you up to date with UTC business and any schedule changes, but also celebrate the achievements and milestones of some of the UTC participants. This online presence makes it easy to integrate the program into the demands of a busy lifestyle. Stuck in traffic? Pop in one of the UTC audio CDs. Distilling the essence of the lectures and the manual for repeated listening, these audio books, narrated by Thomas Phillips himself, are a great way to reinforce the positive lessons of the UTC whenever and wherever you need it. Though this is a knowledge and philosophy-based program, exercise still is a necessary component for every healthy lifestyle. So after the second lecture, Thomas and Jody instruct the group in the proper technique for using kettlebells. One of the hottest trends in fitness, kettlebells originated in Russia and have actually been around for about 350 years. They were a big part of the training of the legendary strongmen, but have been put on the shelf as old-fashioned until recently. Now back with a vengeance, kettlebells provide a fun yet vigorous all-over workout. Thomas was trained in kettlebell technique by the world-famous Pavel Tsatsouline and is one of only 18 other senior kettlebell instructors in the world. There are thousands of certified RKCs, so becoming a senior means you really have to know your stuff. He also knows how to keep things fun and interesting by not taking himself too seriously, as you can see during this special 4th of July kettlebell session. However, the kettlebell workout is not for the uninitiated.
You definitely got to take a couple of lessons and learn the techniques on how to use them.
Really simple movements, but you have to know them before you just jump into it. Learn the basics and you can build off of that.
The people in the class, you see them working at all different levels. So it could be a beginner class, but all the way up to advanced, all in the same room.
I think this is the best free weights class I've ever taken. There's so many variations in this class. Like every week I come in, there's something new.
I would say after about the third one, you start to pick up. There's a lot of rhythm involved. You pick that up. You know, then it's just a commitment and pushing yourself.
This combined with the UTC, I've lost 20 pounds. You have to be mentally prepared and be willing to really push yourself.
This is really it. This is your fitness at another level.
When you enter the Ultimate Transformation Challenge, you will become part of a group that includes those who have never done any kind of fitness program, all the way up to those who have been through the program several times and taken their bodies to a level they never dreamed possible. At Thomas's invitation, I spent one Saturday at a local New Jersey natural bodybuilding competition. Several UTC members were competing that day, and he was there to give his support and last-minute backstage advice.
There you go. Good. Do that. Turn around.
I think it's important to note that bodybuilding competitions are not the ultimate goal of the UTC. The UTC is for anyone at any level of fitness to improve their lives. Being able to withstand having your physique judged while wearing a skimpy posing suit can be quite empowering, especially for those who would not have been seen wearing shorts not that long ago.
What do you think, Brian?
It's not me. Right? Yeah, I don't feel like it's me.
It's amazing.
I don't feel like I feel it's somebody else.
People are under the wrong impression that we use this program to get people ready for a bodybuilding competition or a figure competition, but that's not it at all. We use the figure and bodybuilding competitions as a means, to show people that you can springboard into anything else. And if this is something that's calling to you, then we'll help you because we have experience in doing it. But it could be anything. I mean, I compete in powerlifting. Like I said, I started competing in jiu-jitsu or whatever. I'm not saying that people have to do that. What I'm saying is that somebody who maybe always wanted to compete in martial arts now may have the confidence to do so.
I have spent many hours shooting bodybuilders and bodybuilding competitions in my video career, but it was especially inspiring to see these people strut their stuff so proudly that day.
This is just a stepping stone. The world is out there for you to explore all these different possibilities of things that you've always said you wanted to do.
Competitor number 37. Yeah, 37!
You did this for yourself. You feel healthy, you're physically healthy, you're mentally healthy. You have all these things going for you. You're at a high point. Now use it as a springboard to do something else.
Also backstage at that show was a father-son team, Jim and Scott. As he led his son through the final backstage preparations, Jim found his fatherly pride and enthusiasm was difficult to contain.
Number 15 rules, I just want to let you know that.
But it was only when I began talking to him that I found out that Jim's is one of the most startling transformation stories in the UTC.
December of 2008, I had trouble getting out of bed. I was about 265, 75 pounds, and I just turned 50. So I thought to myself, wow, this is it. I'm way over the hill, and I can't, my leg is numb. I can't get out of bed. I ended up ass-footing it down the steps. And when I got to the bottom, I said, I got to do something. So when somebody comes to me and says, I can't do that, if you saw me that day that I couldn't get down the stairs, you would have said, you're never going to be able to do that. You're too far gone. So anybody can do it if they change the way they think.
Jim has been able to save his own life with the help of the Ultimate Transformation Challenge, and he has infected his family with the same enthusiasm. But his is not an isolated case here in Marlborough. When it became known that I was making this documentary, people started coming out of the woodwork to tell their stories. I have never met a group of people so eager to be on camera, every one of them passionate about the change that Tom and Jody helped them create.
I put more energy into my children. I put more energy into my house, my job. My job had more responsibilities, much more responsibilities, into my marriage, into keeping all those things together and managing those and trying to be the best I could with all those, that I forgot about myself. And really the bottom line is, if I can't be the best for myself, I can't be the best for them.
And in the 12 weeks for me, it was a dramatic change. I was never a heavy individual, but I lost over 20 pounds, saw my body fat go down from 24% to 15%.
It is a transition, really, both emotionally and physically, that allows you to, in my opinion, get the best out of life.
Most people either focus their time and energy on exercising so they can eat how they want and what they want, or most people spend their time eating what they consider to be healthy, but not doing all of the exercising. When you put the two together, it's completely empowering, and it's amazing what the results are.
It's not a diet. It's not, here we're going to sell you all this food and you're going to eat it and you're going to lose weight. UTC is nothing more than information. And what you do with that information is, that's ultimately going to be the result that you get.
And I don't know what it is about this program, but my body likes the food and I respond very well to what I'm eating, and I lost the weight. I mean, to me it's a miracle, but I did it. I did it myself. I put the containers, I measured everything out, but I enjoyed the food. I never felt hungry and I never craved anything.
The name of it is Transformation Challenge. People are challenged and they really transform. It's not about losing that 20 pounds that they wanted to lose.
I mean, the outward effect, the weight loss is almost a side effect. It's funny because when I first started, it was like, oh, well, let me just lose a few pounds and feel better about myself. It was more of just an internal confidence. Somehow, it's hard to describe in words, but it wasn't the outward appearance that I felt gave me the confidence. I think it was just the way I felt internally.
It's been life transforming for me. It really has. And the diet, the weight loss is the smallest part about it. What I didn't realize is how much I'd have to change within to obtain that six-pack. The six-pack just represents the changes that I had to endure, had to transform with underneath me, if you will.
So after spending 12 weeks in and around this very special group of people, did I have any clearer of an idea of what the Ultimate Transformation Challenge was? I was beginning to, but I must admit that it was still somewhat elusive to me how this seemingly simple combination of information, physical challenges, philosophy, and community added up to the kind of life-altering testimonials I was finding here in Marlborough.
When you ask me to tell you what it is, I really can't tell you what it is. It's almost like you have to experience the UTC and you get a little flavor of it at the end. I can't explain it. you wouldn't understand it. I may scare you away, but once you get it, it all makes sense.
Physically, it's beyond words. I can't even tell you. I mean, I look in the mirror and I can't imagine that this is the person that I see back. I mean, I'm 51 years old. I'll be 52 in April. I am probably physically in better shape than I've ever been in my entire life.
For most UTC members, the end of the 12 weeks is really the beginning of a journey. The accomplishments of those who have experienced the Ultimate Transformation Challenge reach far beyond a change in pants size or mere numbers on a scale.
Really, the change continues in a positive way. I grow more each day. I learn more about the food that I eat. I have more energy than I've ever had. My body really, if anything, improves on a daily basis. And you know, they talk about the fountain of youth, and here I am approaching 52, and I know I don't look my age, I know I don't act my age, and I credit everything from this point truly to, you know, everything I've learned in the UTC.
I take cholesterol medication for high cholesterol, and after the first go-around with the 12-week program, when I went to my doctor for a checkup, he had did my blood work. And his only comment to me was at the time, whatever you're doing, just keep on doing it.
I feel like the old person. You know, I don't feel like a new person. This is the guy that I was. And this is the person that I was for 35 years.
Successful UTC members transform from the inside out, and many of them have taken their bodies to levels they never thought possible. With the realization that they can take control of their lives, they all seem to experience an invigorated sense of self-confidence and self-worth, which has led to improvements in their personal and professional lives.
Every aspect of my life has changed. As far as professionally, I received 2 promotions. Once the UTC started underway, I was offered 1 promotion, then on top of that, a promotion on top of that. I think my work performance, I'm just a lot more focused, a lot more efficient, mental clarity, off the charts, very organized.
You know, losing the weight in my particular situation was really easy. Keeping the weight off and being the type of person that I wanted to become, that was difficult, and that's still evolving 3 years later.
If people could believe in themselves and what they could do, they'd be amazed at what they could accomplish.
Thomas Phillips also finds his life continuing to change and improve since his own transformation in 2002, and he continues to push himself through greater and greater challenges by competing in jiu-jitsu and powerlifting competitions. This past June 4th, 2011, he competed and won the overall novice title and the open short class title at the OCB Central Eastern Seaboard bodybuilding competition. When I last spoke to him, he could barely contain his enthusiasm for a brand new UTC, specifically tailored for teens.
So the UTC is sort of the adult program where we explore things that are a little bit more global, but the kids program is more about the specifics about how to evolve and accomplish goals, set goals, and these tools to sort of keep you motivated and committed along the way. It'll be awesome, you know, and I'm really excited to put this out very soon.
My challenge in making this documentary was to discover what the UTC is. After reviewing the manual, the blog and the newsletters, experiencing the lectures, and talking to so many enthusiastic people, it seems to me that attending the UTC is like opening a door. First there is a crack and a ray of light, but soon the door is flung wide and an entire world of possibility beckons.
The UTC is a lifestyle change, is really what it is. It's a new way of thinking.
You will transform, but no one should convince you. You should be ready for it. You should know why you want to transform, and you should take that leap of faith. It won't let you down. Only you will let yourself down. So it's up to you to decide, are you ready to really engage in this 12 weeks? It's just 12 weeks. It really goes by so quickly. The question is, are you ready to really take that leap of faith?
For more information, go to www.theultimatetransformationchallenge.com or call 732-780-2270.